as I eat this food and I look at my fork, swiveling around my fingers. Today's thought is, we're all gonna die, right? And the crazy thing is, we all live like we're not. Me too. But as of lately, and what really inspired me and kicked this off was the death of Austin Metcalf. Watching those videos of him walking down, not even knowing what was ahead of him. I think about my high school years and how carefree I was. I didn't really think, I never thought I'd be 30. And I'm not even 30 yet, I'm 29. But still, I never thought I'd get to that point. I don't know what it'd feel like. I basically lived half my life. Do this all over again? And it's not gonna be the same in 40 and 50s. I don't necessarily regret my 20s. I spent it in a way which I wouldn't regret, so I could really hunker down on my purpose and even my larger purpose. Because I didn't want to feel a slave to the what ifs, like, oh, I got all this money now I gotta go blow it on hookers and cocaine. Now, I'm not saying here I did hard drugs, like, I might have done cocaine, like, a handful of times. 3 to be exact. Very far in between. It's still good. I just can't do it. What I'm really trying to get at is that every person that died didn't know they were going to die. Or when I say no, like, it just wasn't a fact to them. It wasn't staring them in the face. And I feel like I really appreciated this because I don't know if it's empathy but I put myself in Austin's shoes. And he was waking up in the morning, doing the mundane, the banal. Waking up, checking his phone, scrolling through Instagram for 20 minutes before getting out of bed. All the boring shit, looking himself in the mirror, looking for a little longer, maybe enjoying himself, maybe criticizing himself. All the human all the human vanity that we do. But it's not just the vanity, it's just the experiences, it's the little moments. We all go through these little moments. And I think it's powerful. I think it's powerful for you listening right now to me, for you to really think about how every person that died went through the same, I'll just call it vanity, that you're going through right now. Then they died. And life goes on. What do I hope for you listeners? Is that life is just a little more sweeter. You appreciate the presence just a little more deeply. A little more deeper. Now, granted, I'm a Christian, so I always think about how even when I do die, I'm just going to get closer to God. I don't really fear death. But I guess I do live in a way which I do, because if that was the case, I would just be taking a lot more risk. A lot more risk. I'm not talking about, a business idea, or I'm talking about risk like I walk out in the world, I don't know where the next meal is coming from. No stability, just. But I don't think that's what God wants from me. I would stress out my parents. I do ultimately die. What kind of legacy? I'm the only boy in my family. I carry the name. Which one can go like, well, doesn't that contradict your whole, life is about God? Well, hopefully if I get to children, I want to give them a good last name. Something that they can feel proud of. Something that gives them power. But altísimo. But ever since this happened with Austin and Anthony, Austin and Carmela, Metcalf and Anthony, I just keep thinking like, oh man, is this the day it's over? And I look back at my actions, the last 10 hours of life, and I go like, wow, this is how I spent it? I don't even know when I'm gonna die. And this is what I'm doing? We take life for granted in the deepest sense. Because if we didn't, we'd be treating every moment like it ought to be treated. We'd have more reverence. Maybe. Maybe that's my own little biased little way. I'm eating this food. Maybe later today I die. Oliver Tree, same thing. Living his life, didn't even know it was his last. I just hope those listening. I listen to a lot of self-help. I listen to a lot of these podcasts, a lot of these gurus, these philosophers, modern-day philosophers. And I want what I wish they would give, right? Which is a real practical, hands-on guide on how to do this sort of stuff. How do you do this stuff? Well, first you got to make space, or you got to be aware of it. I say today, I'm going to take a moment. And it's so easy to just say the word appreciate. Maybe I got to sit down and really break down what appreciate means. All the many ways you can appreciate it. Sometimes appreciating it is just living in that exact moment, how it should be. Living in that moment. Honoring the present. Which are cool little catchphrases. To me, it instantly makes sense. But to you, I have to decode it. Because I really want you guys to feel life. This world is this experience is such a gift. Me, if I were to die, I don't regret it. I got to enjoy my sports teams making history. I got to listen to a good selection of music. I got to make love. I had really good times with the friends I had. If I do get to my family, I have a lot of heartache and tough times to give them wisdom. I had both my parents. I had a wonderful time here on earth. I got to know God, or at least I'm trying to pursue God. I'm reading my Bible more often. I do feel feel a warmth. I feel a bubble around me that starts from the middle of my chest and expands to cocoon me and just holiness and love. You don't know when you're gonna die. Just like all those other people didn't know either. Maybe I gotta talk to AI about this to really flesh this out, but you don't know what you have right now. You don't know what you have right now. I had friends die. And I just think about all the life they missed out on. All the news. All the new music. And I could go on about the new. But even what already existed, they didn't get to experience the great works. They didn't get to travel here or there. They didn't have those moments, those journeys, those psychological rewards. They were living life like it was never going to end. Did they appreciate any of it? And it maybe this puts a little bit of fear in you. Maybe, like I said, I don't know. I feel a little fear myself. It's almost sad. I feel it like, I guess the old me would have tried to swallow this sadness. But I might not get to experience sadness like this again. I don't know what's gonna happen. Because life is so crazy. I could just be walking and some crazy person comes to me and I've had dreams like this. I think my dreams are warning me to not be so hot-headed and to be able to walk away. Do people appreciate what they have? I want you to appreciate what you have. Maybe some of you were like, I have fucking nothing. I have less than nothing. I'm cursed. What I say to you, you still in the game. It's not over till it's over. I read a quote, or I heard a quote. I don't know if my eyes saw it or my ears felt it, but when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. It doesn't even bother you, you're dead. But, right? I don't believe I'm dead when I'm dead. When I die, I don't think I go straight to heaven, because I think God still has work to do. I'm like in a place of rest, a standby. But I will be with God forever. Maybe that's just cope. Maybe that just helps me feel better about this life. Because if that's not the case, I guess life is meaningless. This was all just an accident. This just happened to be all this beauty, all this subliminality. For what? For the purpose of itself? Maybe that's a separate topic. There's more to say on this. I definitely talk to AI about this. What I'm saying, have it ask questions. This is my first little video. I got inspired by that little prick, Jet. Oh my God. My opinions on his shit. Oh my fucking God, man. I hope I didn't sound anything fucking like him, man. He goes on here, he talks like he fucking knows. Like, what the fuck, man? Do I know? And if this is a performance, so many topics, I can just go on and on and on. Life goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You don't know when you're gonna die. I just think the most practical thing out of all this is just to imagine the other people that are already dead and how they didn't know they were gonna die. They didn't know that they lived their last day. And I just want you to feel that bliss that they felt. They were just living. Like, oh man, I'm 30. I'm gonna make it to 65. Ooh, I'm 19. I'm gonna make it to blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I'm 5 years old. I'm gonna make it to... And just how ignorant they were. And whoop, I snatched them up. I want you to feel that ignorance. Oh man, like, I really am so fucking... I don't know. So many words to say. But ignorant is that front word. I'm so ignorant of what I'm living right now. This will soon be the past. It's not gonna be, oh, this was just yesterday, this was an hour ago. If you make it far, it'll be like, oh, this was 10 years ago. Oh, this was 20 years ago. Oh, this was 50 years ago. Oh, this was 100 years ago. These are the moments that make up your life. And brick by brick by brick, I want you to be aware of the bricks. God bless us.